Very good practice today. Jordan got rained about the second half of practice. Guys endured it very well. Got a lot of work done. Running game looked good. Guys were bouncing around as far as their energy level was very good, and I thought we executed well. Defense did a nice job. Walked over and watched some of the things they were doing, and had a real nice plan. And I think they've executed very well. Special teams, Casey and those guys kicked the ball very well today. So guys responded very well, and as far as coming back with a good attitude to practice, very proud of that. Questions?
Speaking of defense, Coach Stoops now going to Kentucky. What do you say?
Oh, I'm very proud of him. Very happy for him. I mean, he got an opportunity to go on and further his career, and it's something he wants to do, and I'm happy for him and elated for him. And like I said, you know, those are things that I think are very indicative of the players in which we have, the way he's coached, and our program that people want to hire our coaches.
Were the head coaches you work for supported that way when you were going through similar situations?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Huh? No, they were, and all guys do. You just how they do it, but I want guys to do that. That's to me to try to hinder a guy from advancing. Like I said, we wanted Mark to stay here for a long time until he got what he wanted to do, and that's what he wants to do.
I guess there's no perfect way to handle it in terms of seasons going on.
No, I mean, and we announced it to our players when we come in, and we found out today. We had a meeting, and our first thing I announced, and our players were very elated. But you know, I think expected. They know that that's part of this business, and our kids are very good, and they come out and responded very well.
Will he stay on through the bowl and through?
We haven't even talked through that yet. We got to get through this week. It's all about Georgia Tech right now, and we're doing a great job of that. Keeping the focus is on Georgia Tech, and that's what we're focused on solely this week.
Is anyone else from your staff going with
No,
him?
we have no. He's the head coach. There's none of those things have been done, or nothing is set. We haven't even talked about those things. We're focusing totally on Georgia Tech.
But he is staying through this week.
Oh yes, yeah, he'll coach this game.
Did you even for a second consider not doing that?
No, I didn't, and he didn't either. He didn't want to do that.
Was there a reason it came out Tuesday and not Sunday?
I
know it wasn't your call, probably.
No, that's them, and that's and that's they make the announcement. I have no problem with that. Like I say, I thought it might have taken longer too, but when you make an announcement and you get it,
right?
How many things can you keep from you off? Somebody's going, but it's best to do it that way. When they know, and for their announcement, and that's fine.
Do you think the defense will play out knowing that he's
play like they always do? They'll do exactly what they always do, and that's the way they handle it. Those guys expect that, and like I say, it's a compliment to them that he got the shot because of how they played and how he coached them.
He credited you, or I guess Kentucky credited you and the search and all that, and helping out with the process. So just wondering how that went and how you kind of.
No, I mean just being very professional for them and trying to help Mark having a chance to advance. I mean, I've been in those shoes, and I don't ever want to do that. And I want to be known as a guy that helps guys get jobs if they come to a good program and they do well. You know, you get opportunities, and it's just like a player or something else. You want good for the people that work under you.
You said yesterday that you keep a list of different potential coaches, assistants. What is your process? Obviously, this week is Georgia Tech. Once that goes,
we'll start that next week, and I haven't really started. I'll look at my list and see what we have or see what's available and what's out there and make a good decision. It happens so quick. I have those lists and I know what my process is going to be, but I haven't had time to even think about it because of Georgia Tech.
We all have some lists you can check out and see how we're.
Yeah. You guys got all the answers.
How did you find out about Coach Stoops? How did you hear it?
Oh, they told me. He told me.
He told you himself?
Yeah, come in and we had a conversation.
Did you guys talk this morning, last night?
Yeah, I mean, when he came in today, at some point today.
You talked yesterday about it'll be a job that, if it came open, it'll be a job that a lot of people would have because of the talent, because of the system, the program, but also the fact that he went on to a head coaching job. Is that all?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's just like, players want to go somewhere and get developed to have an opportunity to go to pro ball and play and do well. I mean, I think coaches want to do that too.
What about Mark do you think is going to make him a good head coach?
I think he was a hard worker. I think he cares about what he does. He's very diligent about what he does. He has a lot of passion for what he does, and he truly loves coaching. I mean, coaches that advance and do well in this business, that's who they couldn't do anything else. Because if you could, you would. you wouldn't go through all this.
Are you? Is it a type of thing where you're looking for somebody to run the same type of schemes, or are you?
I honestly, I haven't even. I'm solely focused on Georgia Tech. That hasn't even crossed my mind.
When it comes to that list, is that something that can change based on what happens in December with other hires and stuff like that?
Oh, I mean, it does. If people are off the board or on the board or whatever happens.
in terms of your own staff here, is there anybody on that staff that you would have on that list? Is that something?
Yeah, I think there could be. I mean, there's possibilities of that all the time. We got some great coaches underneath, and I think could possibly do those things.
We mentioned the maturity of the team. Is that come in handy at a week like this, where obviously at least it's somewhat of a distraction?
No, you know something. It really wasn't. It hasn't been. I mean, to a point, you always worry about that, but they were very bang bang. Yes, sir. Hey, that's great for him. Let's go. What we got to do this week? I mean, that's kind of, and not any disrespect to him. I mean, it's just they understand. Those guys been around the business. You know what I mean? Those guys, they understand what goes on.
Jimbo, when you were, recruiting's not the right word, but when you were interviewing Mark, is this kind of how you laid it out? Like, man, if you do well a few years, you can be a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that this is because I thought we had a chance to the way we were going to build this team and do this team and the philosophies I had, it would be a great opportunity for him because I knew we would be able. I thought we'd be able to continue to get great players. I knew he was a very good coach and put a good staff around him and have those opportunities.